Do you ever feel like EU4 is just a little bit too easy? You think I'm joking, but after playing 5,000 hours of this game, I feel so emotionally detached from playing it that I chase increasingly more difficult campaigns just so I can attempt to recapture the joy of a challenge while refusing to push my boundaries as a creator and move on due to my irrational fear of failure. So anyway, today I'm going to try out very hard difficulty to see if it really lives up to the hype. It's kind of like a review, sort of the difficulty. Probably more like a dark reflection of a potential future where I keep playing this game for another 4 years. But that aside, we're almost at 50,000 subs, for which I'll be speedforming the Roman Empire. I don't know why I'm still keeping that promise, but if you want to see it, then, you know, click the button. That would be great. For those of you unaware that this game actually has a difficulty setting, it's right here under options. You can decide what difficulty you're going to play on. Now, I normally play on normal because I'm not a masochist. However, if I decided to play on hard difficulty, which I have once or twice before, you'll see it's not actually that much worse. A little bit national unrest decrease, a bit of manpower recovery, speed for the AI, and, the aggressive expansion impact. That's pretty decent. But otherwise, the game's not really going to be that much harder. That is, unless you decide to go to very hard. Now we're talking. The AI gets 25% cheaper buildings minus 20% dev cost, 50% more manpower recovery speed, and force limit. Additionally, they lose 33% of their aggressive expansion impact. They also recover that AE opinion 50% faster, ideas are 25% cheaper, core creation cost is minus 25%. Honestly, I'm surprised they didn't make it so that the AI gets a 50% tech cost decrease. But yeah, this combined with historical lucky nations makes it so that the Ottomans are going to be even worse than usual. Fortunately, I'm not going to be playing next to the Ottomans. Today we're going to be playing Brandenburg. I wanted to go for a run which isn't too easy like France or the Ottomans or Poland, but also not too hard like literally Byzantium. So I feel like Brandenburg would provide a relatively decent challenge. Oh boy, Brandenburg. Haven't played these guys in a hot minute. I don't even remember what their mission tree has in it. Seems like it's basically just invade everyone, so yeah. Standard one province every 20 years HRE gameplay. Anyway, let's start with these states as usual. Honestly, I don't think I'm going to be doing anything too different from usual. Theoretically, if I'm like actually decent at this game, then I should just play as normal and it should be good enough. But I don't know, we'll have to see. In rival the Teutons, I plan on taking Neumark myself without having to buy it. It just spares us a little bit of money, unless, for instance, they ally someone really strong, in which case maybe not. So let's start off with a royal marriage to Austria to see if we can get them to ally us. I don't feel like going HR Emperor, so we're just not going to do that. Now, I could go ahead and try to royal marry Ansbach and then claim the throne for a union. That would give me both Ansbach and Bayreuth. I don't know if that's really worth much though. I'd have to fight the Palatinate for them. I'm probably just going to focus my AE up around here. Okay, that's something. Is that a new event? Not sure I've seen that before. Anyway, looks like the Teutons have allied up with Mecklenburg and the Livonian Order, so there's actually a decent chance we're just not going to be taking Neumark, unless I feel like paying for it. Now, early game EU4 is usually about picking on someone weaker than you, and this is no different, even with very hard mode on. And with the bonuses from very hard mode, I didn't actually notice any economic benefits, other than the development cost decrease and the construction cost decrease, but it doesn't mean people are actually making more money, which means they have a little bit more manpower, but they can't necessarily afford to field all of that manpower. So in short, yeah, we can probably still do this pretty easily. Alright, the fate of Neumark. Yeah, I'm definitely not fighting for that, not anymore, so I guess we'll do that then. That gives us a quick claim on the other province we don't have a claim on yet, and I'm gonna have to take out some loans already. Nice. Easy stack wipe, we'll leave one behind for that, make sure they can't spawn anyone else, and this should be wipe number 2. So far so good, we don't really have all that much manpower, so I'm gonna build up maybe another dude or two. It does look like Magdeburg just made the worst mistake of their lives though, because I'm about to vassalize Anhalt here, bringing us into a defensive war I can probably call my allies into. And just for good measure, I'm gonna try and extract as much prestige as I can from these guys. If the AI is gonna be stronger than me, then having vassals is probably a good strategy. But in this case, I think I'll just yoink that. Alright, let's call in some allies. Actually, not Saxony. They kind of want stuff. Wait, now Saxony doesn't want to be allied? What? Minus 111 for one province. Wow. You thought you knew a guy, huh? So I'm guessing the AI is also a lot more aggressive than usual, seeing that minus 111 for one province. In any case, I plan on getting that royal marriage back with Austria before we end this war, and then hopefully right after we can go for that alliance. Minus 144 because they want Stettin and Stargard? You've got to be kidding me. So anyone who wants even one province is going to despise you outright. Should probably keep that in mind. Yeah, I don't think we're getting that royal marriage back. I might have messed up a little bit. Oh well, it is what it is. How bad is this? It doesn't seem terrible. Could be worse. We've already gained 12 crown lands. That's not so bad. It's a relatively decent start. But yeah, since we're playing in the HRE, it's time to do nothing for a while. The first Miltech should keep us safe for a little while. Hey, we got Poland to like us. Nice. Now we can finally have our first real ally, which theoretically won't try to take all of our land. Honestly, who knows? Maybe they will. Gonna try my best to make that not happen though. That was fast. I don't think I've seen the pragmatic sanction in a long time. By the way, pro tip for when you're playing in the HRE, pick up one of these guys. Diplomats are pretty solid. The more you improve your relations, the faster your aggressive expansion decays, so that's cool. No, it would be somewhat cursed to make Poland the HR emperor, but considering no one wants to vote consistently, and especially no one wants to vote for Austria, I might as well make it happen. We're already allied, so it's not like they're going to ask anything of me, and it's fairly unlikely they're going to add themselves to the empire, so there's nothing really to worry about. Now, I am a little bit curious, how are the Ottomans doing so far? Yep, that's 67,000 troops in 10 years. I don't really know what I expected. Historically, the Ottomans had over 100,000 men when they took down Byzantium finally, so I don't know how many hard modes you'd have to add to get to that accurate number, but nonetheless, it's gonna be a fun time. If I were a dumber man, I would think that Bohemia was planning to attack me, but I am allied to Poland, so I don't know about that. Just in case, I'm just gonna back up like a little bit. That's a lot of people. They're allied to the Ottomans. This is not a good day. It seems we're okay for now. I feel like I have to be super vigilant though. Now the first reform is always a bit of a tough pick. I always need more manpower. I also need the nobility to stay low in influence so I can actually get crown land. So instead of taking this, we'll just go ahead with this one. Man, this event sucks. No part of this event is good. Fight 8 regiments or 20% increased construction cost until he dies. Man, I mean, it's not like I'm really building anything, but I don't want to keep fighting rebels. He'll live like another 20 years. Am I gonna build in that time? Actually, yeah, I probably am gonna build in that time. Sheesh, Austria is not having a very good day. They just had to give a province back to Silly, which is rather funny. I'm not gonna say it, okay? Boy, the institution is slow. I'm wondering if I should spawn that in myself. Pope 60, I don't know how long he's gonna live, but I could definitely use the golden bull that transfers institutions through cardinals. I mean, not that we have any cardinals, but you know, Poland does, and they're next door. Anyway, I might just dev that myself, even if it's rather expensive. Don't forget when you're trying to spawn an institution to save as many points as possible, not only by clicking this button. Once you eventually get to 15 development, also expand your infrastructure for an additional minus 25%. It's really important and it's also relatively new, so I don't know if a lot of people have been doing this. Also, upgrading the trade center here makes it a little bit cheaper, so I'm going to take out a loan just so I can do that. And we're going to start with some mill dev because your boy needs more manpower. Now, the next thing you would normally do is exploit the tax for a little bit of extra money, but I did that earlier because I needed it. And we got to embrace that real quick, so we can go ahead and sell it to Poland, because I know these guys have money. That's air number 2 down. Air number 3 is just about as bad, if not worse, because of the imbalance. Alright, let's see what you can do. Well, anyway, the aggressive expansion's gone down quite a bit. We can probably take at least 1 or 2 provinces, maybe the whole thing. I'm not really sure, we'll see. Either way, 2 provinces is more than enough. You know what, I'll admit it, it's kind of a problem fighting 50% more men than usual. I really didn't think the AI would have the economy for it, but I thought wrong. Each of these guys are fueling around 9 or 10,000 troops. That's kind of a problem because I have only 16. I can bring it up to 20, but man, this general stinks. Even the potential generals stink. Everything's terrible. Well, maybe we'll get lucky, who knows. How did I get 2 3-pip Leaders. This has to be a joke. Oh, finally, there you go. Are we likely to win? Maybe? I'm not really sure if I'm being honest. These guys are dead though, that's for damn sure. Unless they can somehow hold on for 15 days, I don't know. Oh, come on, they held on until the 14th, not the 15th. Yep, that resets the siege, perfect. That's just great. Now that we got this wall breach, I'm just gonna go ahead and assault this. Well, we didn't lose too many people, so that's good, I guess. We can't quite stack wipe them, but you know what? It's decent war score, I'll probably take it. I'm not sure exactly how much I can even do to these guys over here. Come on, stack wipe, come on. Beautiful. Oh, if I could, I would take all of this. Maybe I still can, we'll see. I'm gonna turn on all of these edicts so I can get a little bit more manpower. I'm gonna try and squeeze as much as I possibly can out. And they took the fort, damn it. That sucks. Wonder where they're going though. Ah, they're going for Stettin. Of course. AI loves to beeline empty forts, so I was trying to bait them into there. Don't be shy, come on. I know you want it. And now you're stuck in the woods. Wow, it was actually pretty easy, not gonna lie. Now, we don't really have the manpower to fight a fully offensive war. We're probably just gonna like sit here for a while. Well, I mean, this is a good plan B. So, the review of very hard mode so far. It is definitely harder. Man, never really expected to actually have to think about fighting a war again, but here we are. Normally I would just barrel through to the capital, occupy it, and then leave. But since I have a much smaller army, I can't exactly do that. Fortunately, the AI is still very obvious. It's super easy to bait them into moving towards an empty fort, and then we can trap them away from their allies like this. So it's not impossible, I'm just fighting a lot more people. Gotta hand it to them, these guys really did stick with it to the very end. Fortunately, now that I've pushed past this fort, it's time for us to go and make them leave. That's a white piece for Friesland, but I'm feeling like I might be able to get a little bit more than that out. If nothing else, I can at least loot them, so that's something. We'll wait until they get close to sieging that, and then we'll just piece them out. Although, yeah, there are cries for peace. Maybe I should piece them out. Fine. Alright, that's a full annexation. No coalition. Not bad. And yoink. Alright, that's a show of strength, giving us additional claims on northern Germany. Is that northern Germany? I don't know. Doesn't matter. And we finished the Pomeranian succession for a couple extra claims in the place I'm never going to be able to take them. But that's okay. Also, another pro tip. I feel like I've been throwing these out like candy today. If you full stated a state before you conquered more provinces in it, you're actually allowed to reduce the autonomy even if you don't have a core, so boom, easy. Do with that what you will. Also, Austria kinda likes us, which means before they ask us for the province back, we're gonna try and ally them. It says they won't, but honestly I don't know if that's true, so we're gonna try it. They said yes. Okay, cool. Alright, first idea group. I feel like quantity in very hard is actually a lot more required than usual. I haven't taken quantity in a really long time because honestly I just didn't really have to. There are plenty of different ways of getting extra manpower in the game, but considering the AI has 50% more than I do, having at least a tiny little buff to try and help close that gap might be important. Besides, Brandenburg/Prussia, we definitely have more than enough quality. Oh boy, looks like Hussite's beginning to spawn. Hussite is actually pretty overpowered, so I might consider Hussite Prussia. Never tried that before. Seeing all these wars happening, it's like being a mouse and watching giants fight each other. Oh my god, what is this? Sweden getting independence. 7 provinces from Denmark. Another 2 provinces, maybe 3, I think, from Norway. What is this? Independent Sapmi? Okay. It's a little bit weird. I guess that's that minus 33% AE at work right there. Oh, look, now Poland's the HR emperor. Nice. So now the next emperor has to be elected in Poland, but also needs to be elected by the electors. Interesting. Well, I don't really care who's emperor, as long as they don't interfere in my consolidation. Transfer trade power to Poland, what am I, some sort of like 100 dev vassal for them? What? 10% of trade power. Why? I don't want to do that. They're not going to make me do that, are they? Anyway, I'm going to ask Poland for a little bit of money, and use that to pay off maybe an extra loan or something. That being said, I don't actually have that much money. Yeah, that might be a problem. That Poland's also asking for money. Yeah, I'm just going to say no to that. Anyway, with that new tech I just grabbed, I can probably do another invasion. Hopefully nothing too large, I don't want to get dogpiled here. But I think we could probably go with Mecklenburg, which is in a personal union. Okay. That's pretty awkward, actually. Okay, I mean, I guess we can go to war with them too. We can take, like, Celle or something. Oh, hold on a second. So, Bohemia just converted back to Catholic, but Dithmarschen is now Hussite. Could still technically play Hussite Prussia, and we technically can't be Catholic Prussia. Alright, yeah, I guess we could still try that out. Alright, pretty easy war. I'll take war reps, as much prestige as I can, plus whatever money you're gonna give me, which is not very much. So instead, I'll just take a little bit more. The whole point of breaking the rivalries and taking war reps is that it's a very small amount of war score, but that ends up giving me the most prestige per war score. So 17 prestige is pretty alright, and we'll be taking that, thank you very much. Now that wasn't actually very much aggressive expansion, so we can keep on going. Oh, well, so they just released them? Oh, right, Poland must have made them do that. Alright, it's free real estate, thank you. And we'll also be taking Verdun. They still don't have tax 6, so this should be pretty easy. I don't really know what's happening here. Verdun just keeps on moving onto the ship and then back. Here they're gonna go onto the ship, and then the ship goes back to port. I don't get it. Least confused AI. No one's angry yet for some reason, so I guess we'll just keep on going. Oh right, almost forgot about this thing. Extra manpower recovery speed is probably a good idea. Also for the age ability, we're obviously going to take Justified Wars. Once again, Friesland takes a little bit too long to siege, so we'll just leave them. And if I can, that'll be an easy full annex, probably not a vassalization. That would be 13 AE versus 16. I mean, it's not that big of a difference. I'll just take it. What's next on the list? We want to conquer Lower Saxony, which requires 2 more provinces plus Ostfriesland, which is this province right over here. That means I'm either gonna have to go through Brunswick to get there, or never mind, we're going through Brunswick. I can't even imagine trying to invade Oldenburg though. I mean, look at this dude. Allied with Denmark, Burgundy, Münster, in the trade league with Lübeck. Gotta hand it to him, he has a really good PR. Burgundy's probably not going to last that much longer, although they did somehow manage to conquer Liège this time, pretty impressive. Oh, you know what would be really funny actually? I'm gonna Royal Marry Burgundy. I'm not saying it's gonna work, but I am willing to try. My prestige is going to reduce the aggressive expansion and also increase our improved relations, so our aggressive expansion decays at roughly 3.1 per year. Not bad. Oh, you know what? Maybe I should become the emperor. It gives me money, it gives me manpower, I can attack free cities. Overall, a pretty sweet deal. Yeah, I'll try it. Plus, grabbing this mission is going to give us more prestige, plus improved relations, which is pretty important. And although I'm already slotted to win, I might as well try and get Köln on my side. Oh, okay. That's kind of a problem. This guy sort of sucks. But his son, though. Alright, hold up. Wait a minute. This might work out. I could get a 10% stability cost modifier for the rest of the game, plus an increased chance of new heir, or... yeah, we're gonna take the top option. So basically, we're gonna need the king to die, for the consort to take over. Probably just gonna have him lead the country, actually. Oh, right, which he is already doing, okay. The sooner he dies, the better. I just want the inheritance. I don't want this. I don't want any of this. Is that Aragon in Granada, and Granada's still alive? Why? What kind of timeline does Very Hard create? The Pope is invading in Provence? Sweden is going absolutely insane in Scandinavia? Actually, that's probably the DLC. They kind of made Sweden too broken. Anyway, yeah, I'm not fighting this. Absolutely not. Anyway, next reform, we're gonna try and decrease the estate influence modifier. The less influence they have, the more crown land I get. You know what? I'm probably just gonna invade these guys too. They do have Tech 6, but like not everyone. Like not these guys, that's for sure. Oh no, what happened? They reintegrated with the French? You were at war with the French. What happened? Why would you go with the French? They were trying to kill you. Please. That's terrifying. I don't even know what to say about that. Sale of indulgences. Spicy. We can sell them for an additional 10% tax modifier. Catholicism gets a little bit more angry, but the reform desire goes up. Yeah, sure, whatever. Nothing could possibly go wrong from doing that. Okay, I'm a little bit curious. Can I force these people to do things? Oh, I can. I'm much too large to be force converted, but I'm just using that for future reference. As long as they don't full surrender, it is possible. Alright, anyway, we're gonna go ahead and pick up as much prestige as we can, as per usual. We're gonna go ahead and grab a full annex of this guy. How's that AE doing? Surprisingly not bad. Alright. Oh boy. Poland just demanded that the lowlands become part of the HRE. I wonder what's gonna happen. And France says yes. Okay, interesting. Crisis averted. Super France will not be forming today. I feel pretty comfortable putting in a final verdict here. I don't think Very Hard is actually that truly difficult. There are a couple reasons why. One, it's the same AI. There's no difference whatsoever, they just have a couple of buffs, which is gonna allow them to consolidate faster. Like England has already taken most of the British Isles. Sweden has become pretty massive. Muscovy's integrated most of its subjects. The Ottomans are already terrifying with over 100,000 men, but it's the Ottomans, you know. But when it comes to fighting off against the AI, it's pretty much the same. You're just gonna have to do a little bit more dancing around, since most of the enemies are gonna be stronger than you. Well, by about 50% on average. If you want to level out that playing field, then taking quantity ideas is mainly going to make it fine. Playing smart is of course another big part of it, but ultimately because of the way EU4 plays, the main difficulty of the game is going to be who you start as, and playing as Brandenburg, which is a relatively easy country. I didn't expect things to be super difficult, but I also wouldn't really play Byzantium on very hard either, you know what I mean? I'm not entirely masochistic, but generally speaking, it's not terrible. In fact, I would say I've played harder situations. For instance, for the mod An Benar, which I played a few months ago, there's an option to turn on something called Mythical Conquerors, which every now and then gives a great power, an incredibly powerful leader, plus a disgustingly overpowered military, and you'll usually be outnumbered like 6 or 7 to 1, so that's fun. Definitely think my experience with that mod has helped out with this, so I might regret saying this, but from now on, I might just keep very hard on. I did have a little bit of fun trying to dance around those 3 armies there. At least it wasn't an easy stomp like it usually is on Brandenburg. And after 5,000 hours, I can definitely see value in that. I won't be doing a world conquest on very hard anytime soon. I think I'm gonna stick to doing those on normal, especially with the one faith, one culture I'm attempting right now over on Twitch. But maybe one day when I get used to this, possibly. But until that day comes, I encourage you to try playing on very hard yourself. Well, if you have enough experience in the game, that is. And if you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to drop it a like, that would be super appreciated. It might be a little bit shorter than usual, but I tried to micromanage a little bit more in today's video to give you guys some insight into how I play, so it should probably be the right length. Anyway, this is Corbett signing off, and as always, have a fantastic day. Big thanks to the patrons this month. In particular, we have Yeo, Gabriel McCoy, Ben Greenhagen, Quiet Guy, Torvalved, Robert Caleno, Ambient Cyan, James Levy, Chewy Shoot, and The Watcher. All patrons get access to videos earlier than normal, and the link is in the description. If you're looking for anything else to watch, I'd recommend these videos up on screen.